Ladies and gentlemen, our first bout of the evening is scheduled for three-minute rounds in the lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, making his his amateur debut, representing Team Fusion, by way of West Plains, Missouri. Please welcome Mason Collins. And across the cage out of the red corner, with a record of 1 win and 1 defeat, representing Springfield Fight Club by way of Honolulu, Hawaii, please welcome Armando Maza.
Let me just say I'm pumped to be in the booth with you boys. Adam Sella, absolute veteran of the game, and Justin Bricker, you're a stud as well. It's going to be a good night, boys.
Justin Bricker, you're here.
I exist. I'm in the booth.
So, guys, as we start this night, the first thing I noticed is Maza has that knee brace on that that right knee.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm overthinking things, but it makes me wonder if there's something going on there.
Potentially, you know, the guy, he only knows one speed, and it's just all gas. I'm sure it's the same in the training room. He might be dealing with something there.
Ooh, good body kick, yeah.
Yeah, the good front kick up the middle, too, for Mason.
Mason's doing a good job of keeping that distance. He seems to be the longer fighter with a little bit more reach.
Yeah, you know, Maza wants to get in there, get in the kitchen of him, and let his shots go. He's working on it.
That leg's starting to get a little sensitive, it looks like. Good. You can see the red on the outside of that left calf. And if you've ever taken 1 or 2 of those and you didn't check it, that's all it really takes, and that's sensitive the entire fight.
Especially that last one, obviously causing a little bit of pain for him to pick up the leg like that.
Yeah.
A little bit of grappling here from
Mason
Collins.
Mason needs to get that distance and go back to striking.
Yeah, especially here, you know, head position a little bit off kilter for Mason. There it is, doing a good job putting it back in the chin, but
yep, they break free there. Back to it. Looks like Mason, yeah, he's having success with the low kicks.
I'd like to see Mason use that low kick and set it up with just a jab, you know. I really don't like those naked kicks, as they call them.
Opens you up for a right.
Something simple, jab, low kick, jab, low kick. That leg is starting to turn purple a little bit.
Yeah, and like you said, Adam, he may not want to switch stances if he's protecting the right leg.
Mason's very active with these kicks. He's thrown 4 or 5 different types of kicks: leg kicks, front kicks, round body kicks.
Well, we've seen it out of Maza, you know, twice now. This is a guy that you absolutely have to put out if you want to get him out of the cage. And, you know, with these kicks, they're going to keep adding up all night. I'm interested to see how the end of this round closes and how he comes out in round 2.
Yeah, Maza's going to look to close that distance and get his power shots off.
Big right hand out of Mason.
You know, there's that crazy part of Maza that just enjoys every minute of this, no matter what.
Yeah, look at the front shin of Armando. His front left shin has a massive.
I mean, that's
swelling.
That's as big as my head right now.
Oh, big right hand. That left leg is going to hurt tomorrow, no matter what happens the rest of the day.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how that thing looks on Facebook tomorrow morning. 10 seconds left here in our opening round of Synergy FC8 here in Springfield, Missouri. Action-packed from the beginning seconds, and you know, I'm going to have to go ahead and give that one to Mason Collins on my scorecard here.
1,000%. What I really liked, obviously the leg kick is going to be a big factor in this fight, but Mason, for being a debut guy, was very calm.
You know, if you listen to Synergy FC commentary, I harp on it probably more than I should have, but this next generation of fighters that's coming up, these guys whose first sport was mixed martial arts, not just, oh, I was a wrestler who decided to do this, I'm a kickboxer who decided to do this. Some of these guys, it's so hard to tell apart, you know, the first-time fighters versus the amateur fighters who have 10 bouts, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Armando Maza, if you've seen, you know, his couple fights, it could take him maybe the first round to start getting into it, and then in the second and third round, he can really put on a pace that frustrates his opponent. So, like you said, Adam, Mason Collins is very calm. He looks
Round
he looks
two.
to stay that way throughout the duration of this fight.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
look
think
at
Maza's
Maza's
going anywhere.
leg. That sucks.
That's-
I
yeah.
don't know how she say it. That just sucks.
Big lump on that left shin of
It's-
Maza.
I mean, it is rapidly growing here
Yeah.
as I stand here and watch.
It is just getting bigger, and you would think that in the corner of Mason, they're telling him to shoot for that leg kick because that's clearly an issue.
And Maza wants to throw down. They both do.
Well, I think Maza realizes he's going to need to end this fight.
He's got to.
And you know, that's Maza's mentality from the second he steps in here. But credit to Collins for staying calm under the fire and not getting erratic and sticking to his game plan.
Yeah, what I would like to see Mason do is keep that distance, keep his composure, don't get drug into that dogfight, right?
And you know, that's something you still see people get caught up in as they file through the amateur ranks. But you know, two gentlemen like this, like just starting off their amateur career, as much
Nice.
as this has been action-packed, it's not exactly a fire fight like that, you know?
Well, when Maza came out the second round, I think he realizes that leg is compromised, and he's, you know, his corner's probably like, hey, bro, you don't have very many kicks left on that leg. We got to end this fight.
I mean, I still don't know how he's standing at this point.
And there's Mason's second takedown attempt of the night. See if he can get it.
Needs to switch off here to that other hip. He wants to finish this. He's a little high.
It's good for Maza, you know, avoiding the leg being
Big
beat up
knee
right
to the
there.
body. No, I can't help but wonder if the corner of Collins is screaming at him internally to cut and still focus on the
Break
stand-up
away.
here.
You said internally. I would scream externally. These young kids, this new fighter, all he sees is he's just in that fight. I remember it took me probably my first 12 fights before I remembered to breathe and I had a corner. You know what I mean? Like,
Right, absolutely.
you know, and anybody who's competed at something like this in a physical one-on-one martial art, it's kind of different. I mean, it's kind of hard to explain because for me, now this was a long time ago, how you said these guys are coming up and mixed martial arts is their sport.
Right.
For me, it was kickboxing, and it was I don't want to get knocked out.
Ooh, good left hand over the top there from Mason Collins.
So the point I was getting at was I didn't hear my corner for a long time.
Because
But-
you're so focused on not
it's a
absorbing shots, you can't relay the information that's being told to you.
Absolutely. And if you guys, I don't know if you guys noticed this, just a second ago, Maza actually switched stances and put that right side forward.
Looks like a little bit of blood on the face of Collins as well.
What I
as well as Collins is attacking that leg. I mean, this second round might be might be Maza's.
I agree 1,000%.
You know, a lot of volume on both sides, but I think the more impactful and meaningful shots might have came from Maza that round.
Yeah, he's a monster, dude. That leg is tore up right now.
That leg hurts me, and I'm not even in there.
Thankfully, we have truly one of the best cutmen in the world. Michael Driesbach in the cage with us tonight. I mean, if you turn on your TV on a Saturday night, no matter where you're at, Michael Driesbach is there cutting for a fight. So, I mean, UFC, Bellator, Cage Titans, anywhere. This guy is global.
He was in the cage when Johnny Eblen won his world title in Bellator. Guy's been some places. Same with Tyler Stinson's in our main event tonight. That guy's been some places. I mean, Maza is one of the best fighters. I know he's only had 2 so far, but fighting off of just pure will sometimes, he's good at it.
No shortage of heart from the fighters out of Springfield Fight Club.
Especially if he came into this fight a little compromised, like Adam said, with the right knee already.
Listen to this crowd.
First fight of the evening going into round number 3.
I'm telling you, a Maza fight will start your night off right.
He switched that stance, right side forward.
Yep. Oh.
See, what I like about, for both guys now that they have this open stance, is their rear leg kick is their most powerful kick, and you can slap that in the face, body, legs, anywhere, and it's going to come hard.
Yeah, Maza a little uncomfortable in the open stance, switching back there to close it off.
And like you said, it could be 1-1 going into this third. These guys can definitely steal this fight with this round.
Oh, I do think it's 1-1. I think Mason lost that second round closely, but I think he lost it.
And I think Armando Maza has a thigh on his calf.
Low blow right there.
I'm not quite sure I've ever seen a calf look like that in person.
No, that's pretty gnarly, bro. The shin is what sucks. See how it's no longer a bump; it's just big.
Yeah, I mean, his thigh doesn't stop. Low blow here, causing a break in the action.
Yeah, rarely you see a punch that's a low blow in MMA. That means you missed the target just a bit.
Got to be ready for anything in your debut for Mason Collins.
5 full minutes to recover, but Armando Maza elects not to take the full time.
I wouldn't take that 5 minutes because your leg's just going to get a little more swollen and it's going to be hard to move. See, right there, Mason had that rear leg high. Because when Maza switches that stance, you'll see he drops his head a little bit and that left hand gets low.
He's almost like keeping his chin outside of his knee when he goes to slip these punches.
Yeah. And what I think of when they dip like that and you're in an open stance is if you remember Julian Marquez got that almost a soccer kick up.
The Cuban Missile Crisis getting his nickname with that one on The Ultimate Fighter.
No, that was the Contender Series.
Was that Contender Series? Sorry,
yeah, but either way, same idea. Soccer kick to the face. Nice slip with a counter from Mason. That leg can barely hold him up.
Man, the composure of Mason Collins here in his first amateur fight is, definitely nothing to hang your hat on. This is,
he's picking his shots. He's got, jumping switch kick. He's got the good front kick. Shown a lot of good diversifying his striking.
But Maza not backing down for an instant.
Ooh, that was solid. That leg kick landed really good.
Ooh, big right hand from Mason Collins.
And he's being defensively responsible, too.
He is. It's a nice call, Josh.
Thanks, Adam. I appreciate it. I'm going to write that down for the first compliment.
That was, trust me, we'll go backwards, I'm sure.
Ooh, good body shot exchanges.
I would like to see Mason just start wrapping off low leg kicks one after another and just try to get that stoppage, right? Because you're clearly not going to knock Maza out. The kid is tough.
Right. Too tough for his own good in some instances. I mean, obviously you can tell by the leg. But, man, he's not backing down at all. He has a ton of volume. Landon, maybe not more shots, but bigger shots in this round. I'm not exactly at the best vantage point, but
more activity from Collins.
As the bricks clap here in round number 3.
Wow.
Great fight.
Man, I never would have expected we were going to the judges' scorecards after that first round, seeing the leg of Armando Maza, but what an incredible scrap from both gentlemen here to kick off the night at Synergy FC8.
I agree. I don't think you could start this night any better. That was full of action. You heard that crowd at the beginning of that third round. These fighters raised their hands and they let them know and they loved it.
It's going to take a lot to get Maza out of there.
Well, tonight is going to be a wheelchair. This homeboy ain't walking.
First of 16 bouts has completed. We wait for the judges' scorecards. This is a tricky fight, man. This could be 2-1. This could be 3-0.
I think it's 2-1. I think I'm going to go with Mason on this one. I think.
And this is where, I think objectively damage becomes a relative term, right? Because obviously the damage Armando Maza is wearing on his leg, I mean, is it's
apparent.
Definitely apparent, absolutely. But, sometimes you see the judges who have never experienced a low kick like that. They might see the shots that land to the head could weigh more. And, if we're talking upper body scoring, Armando Maza might have done the most. But here we're going to take to the judge and get our final answer.
Ladies and gentlemen, our first bout of the evening reaches a decision. Your winner unanimously out of the blue corner, Mason Collins.
Well-deserved win by Mason Collins. I think they scored that correctly. But, Justin, to go off what you were saying, the damage, that does play a factor, right? You've got obviously output, damage, aggression, cage control, all that stuff goes into play. And when neither guy really controls the aggression, because it was pretty even on aggression, even on cage control, nobody dictated that dance, you kind of go to damage. And
clearly, absolutely.